A revolutionary. Say whoa. Trap revolutionary. Got the wave is too scary. Doing this thing like Malcolm ain't by any means necessary. We ain't got it by no one seen hand. We got the master plan. Get the movement going on. Right here where we stand, man. We bucking and stumping, fist pumping. Even though they tried to set us up for failure and kill us, we keep on coming. That's why somebody gotta step up and say something about the bullshit. Because if not, the blind gon' keep leaving.
Going on, y'all. Y'all want to do this video real quick. Just something I was thinking about in regards to situation with Nolan Wells, and I'm still getting information on it. And then as well, like I said, I'm seeing a lot of videos about it. A lot of videos, actually. You know what I'm saying? I do like the fact that people are like, saying something about it. Trying to bring light. To the situation or whatever. So, which is a good thing. I guess I'm trying not to be frustrated about it because it seems like I said, it seems like, and this, I talked to a few people about it. This is it's like a pattern when something like this happens. And, and it seems like the excuse that is given is that the person was on drugs or they had drugs in their system, especially in the case of Tomlin Horsford. With Nolan, it's like nobody knows nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody made it back home. Nobody called the police in that situation. So, it's I don't know. It's frustrating to, for something like that to happen, and then, nothing is done about it. It looks like it's pretty much nothing's gonna be done about it. People are just saying, "Oh, I don't know what happened," but no one is being investigated. So that's that's where I'm at with it. Um, Something has to be done, like I said, and the truth. Just get to the truth instead of like, since it's somebody black, it's pretty much just like, okay, we're gonna kind of let this one ride and not really seek the truth of what happened. Like really hit the pavement hard and like, man, we're gonna hold people accountable, and his friends he was with, we're going to investigate. And really find out what happened instead of just, we don't know what happened. Like, no. Y'all need to come on down to the headquarters or whatever and talk about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Detectives, whoever in the department, like really need to get down to what happened and interrogate them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Instead of making it be like, oh, well, we don't know nothing and that was that. You know what I'm saying? So that type of, like I said, pattern, it just has to be stopped. It's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say that first and foremost, like, you really got to get down to what occurred, and not blow it off to saying we don't know what happened. It's like people are, know how to hold people accountable. It's what it seems like when, they want to, you know what I'm saying? When they really want to hold someone accountable, they hold them accountable. So that's my thing, man. Just like, man, You know, in this case, what I would say that needs to happen is I'm actually investigating and you know, bringing the people that his so-called friends that were there. They need to bring them in for investigation and interrogation. You know, so I would say that. But you know, as far as I know, any other things that have happened in the case, you know, I just know as far as like his family actually did do a GoFundMe. I saw that. Didn't even realize, which another brother brought up. He said people were sitting up here creating fake GoFundMe accounts under his name, under their family's name, and it's like, man, like, is that too is like ridiculous, you know. I mean, I can't understand it, you know, for people to be that inconsiderate, you know, especially during, you know, their family's grief, and then would create a GoFundMe, a fake GoFundMe account to try to get money, you know, based on this incident, the family's name, this for, you know, what happened to Nolan. You know, you got a young man that lost his life, and then you create a fake GoFundMe account. I mean, but anyway, so that has been something that has occurred. I said the autopsy report. You know, I'm if not. Let me see. Make sure. Let me see something. Let me see. Maybe. I just want to see what they're saying. If it is an autopsy, so okay, it said the family did retain Ben Crump.
A prominent civil rights lawyer is now representing the family of Nolan Wells after the 18-year-old teen was found dead in Mississippi yesterday. Ben Crump, a lawyer whose firm represented the families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, announced that the family of Wells is calling for a thorough and transparent investigation into how he died. Wells was celebrating the 4th of July off the coast of Horn Island when he disappeared. His body was found Monday morning near the area where he was last seen. The Jackson County Sheriff says there's currently no information leading them to believe a crime was committed. The coroner performed an autopsy, but it'll take some time for results to come back. Now, Crump did release a statement saying in part, quote, his family deserves answers. They deserve the truth, and we will not rest until every fact about what happened to Nolan on Horn Island is brought into the light. And we call on investigators to pursue this case with the urgency and transparency this family deserves.
After, him being, found, after he found his body, so far, this is all I'm seeing. It's like a DNA test. Dental records confirmed that it was him. Found, not getting any other things like on autopsy. I'm not finding that. So that remains, let me see, that remains to be seen, I believe, as far as on the autopsy. But regardless of that, you know what I'm saying, whether the autopsy reveals the accountability aspect of it, it still has to be brought forth. You know, that still has to be considered, and the people that were with him need to be questioned. You know, well, they have been questioned, but they're saying if all of them are saying we don't know what happened, we don't remember. I mean, just like they don't have an idea what happened. You know, so. but they are, like I said, they are, they hired Ben Crump. I believe he will be, like, he's civil rights attorney, get down to what really happened. So I can say that's a step in the right direction because nobody knows anything. He can probably bring in investigators, bring in a team of people to get down to business and actually find out what happened, So, I believe that's a good thing. So let's see, it says the Jackson County Sheriff's Department in Jackson, Mississippi or whatever. They're, requesting for information, which is, being said, information to share with investigators, Nolan Wells death investigation. So, that's something I'm new to seeing, but I don't see an autopsy report. It says, according to Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lynn Jr., so the body was positively identified, but his cause of death has not yet been released. And they're still waiting the results of the autopsy. So they have not, as of now, they have not performed an autopsy. So, but say the press release, Ben Crump, said that the family is calling for a thorough and transparent investigation. So, and that his legal team, Ben Crump, is saying that his legal team will conduct an independent review of the situation. So, pretty much saying the family deserves answers, investigation, thorough investigation, the truth of what really happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's, man, I hope they do the right thing. I really do hope they do the right thing, up there in Jackson, Mississippi, which, we know in the South, man, just the racist history. Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, I would say some of the worst states. Lynching occurred and took place. I want to say Mississippi or Louisiana was the first. Texas was the third in lynchings. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all, man. It's just something has to be said in this matter. The truth has to be found out and has to be begotten. Really, the truth has to be really researched. The truth has to be understood and brought to the light, because this is just no way that this could happen, and then just no one knows nothing. And Nolan is his life cut short from somebody either being careless, I would say even demonic, and bringing him harm. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's an accident, hey man, and condolences to his family. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. First and foremost, like I said, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. Then if it's an accident, it's something that that has to be, understood and just dealt with. But if it's foul play, now people need to be brought to justice, man. That's the best way I can put it. And no sugarcoating it or no patting or just slapping somebody on the wrist, just a light tap on the wrist. Like, nah, man. Because it's like you knowingly caused his demise and did nothing about it. Didn't even try. And that's why it looks so suspicious. Because from what I understand, they all made it back home safe. They didn't even call the police. His mother is the one that had to call the police, say, hey man, my son is missing. He ain't made it back. I ain't heard nothing from him. That's the whole thing that gets me, from what I understand, it happened. Nah, that's ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? That could happen. And nobody is being investigated and interrogated thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, as soon as this happened, man, somebody supposed to call the police. Call his family or whoever that maybe know, where he made his whereabouts. As soon as he came on missing, like, man, I don't know where he went. You know what I'm saying? That's why I look suspicious, man. Like, y'all didn't make any effort. And even if y'all was guilty, that's why it make you look even more guilty, because you didn't even attempt to call the police. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he went missing, that should have been a 911 call. Like, seriously. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, you know what I'm saying, we go somewhere with family or friends or something like that. You know what I'm saying? My partners, man, and it's a possibility that somebody could lose their life like that in some water. Nah. Common sense thing to do is hit 911, call somebody like immediately, police or somebody, ambulance or somebody immediately. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stand on that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's no way possible. It's no way possible. So people can get on her and make all the excuses in the world, but it's no excuses. I don't care even if the autopsy does say, oh, he had alcohol in his system or substance or whatever it may have been in his system. It's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Even in that sense, somebody should have been called. You know what I'm saying? Ambulance, ambulance, police, 911, somebody was supposed to be called. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get up out here. I just want to say that because, this pattern has to stop. That's the main thing. That's what I said. People making videos on it, but getting down to the real issue is the pattern has to stop. You know what I'm saying? And I would even also go on to say, like, man, you cool people making videos, that's cool, right? Because you're trying to bring attention to it, but don't make the video so you can get some clicks and likes. A pattern needs to stop. That's what we need to get on here in stress. You know what I'm saying? And no way we will accept this, and it continues to go on. So, and also to advise our people, if you have kids, like in my prior video, if you have kids, you have loved ones, sometimes we grow up in environments where the people don't look like us. They may, all white, all Hispanic, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But to be safe, protect your family's life, protect your child's life. You might not want to let them go on vacation, spend the night, even a field trip or whatever, you know what I'm saying, by themselves like that, without any people that look like them, you included, going with them, you know what I'm saying, and spending the night, if you not with them, chaperoning or whatever it may be, they don't have any other friends, their sister, their brother can't go with them, you might not want to let them go. That's the best way I can say handle that. Yeah, there's going to be some tears and me crying, not understanding, but you were protecting them. That's what's important. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I just want to say that. I said the pattern has to stop. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue at hand. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole gist of it, of this whole, incident and, this particular, occurrence continuing to happen. But anyway, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I just want to say that, I hope all of y'all out there doing well, living life full of love and happiness, living life, trying to be great, strive for greatness every day. So I appreciate y'all coming in on the videos, liking, sharing, whatever. And like I said, we can agree to disagree. If we disagree, we can hash it out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to always be respectful toward y'all. Just ask y'all to be respectful toward me. Anyway, I'm going to get up out here, y'all. The next one, y'all. Love y'all. All right, y'all.
Fuck it, go ahead and blow off the dough. Step through the maze, man, and became amazing. About to rewrite history and change a page in a crooked book that never told us the true story. Like how we were kings and queens before the slave story, before the killing, stealing, and drug dealing on some real shit. We ran the world.